I don't think we're going to win a pistol round this entire season.
Very aware of how open, just poking through SaD Esports here to collapse as they don't hear the rose or feel the paranoia. It's, yeah, I mean, they have a shooting range, especially against the pistols. Why not, dude? Come on. Yes, sir. Like you said, SaD are a nuclear bomb, and Burger Boyz are ducking and covering. Bonnie closer to the door. Setting up for the long game here to guarantee resources are away from this spike regardless of what happens, but SaD is gonna get a handle on the stack very early on here. Can't pull out the gun in time for the haunt, though, so Burger Boyz very aware of how open this site is for the taking. Still SaD just poking through on top of the rose, and the rest of SaD Esports here to collapse. And that is a pretty tough pile drive on the site. Bonnie with 10 seconds to go. Oh, tough kill on the extension with the blast pack. He always keeps it exciting, doesn't he? But SaD Esports take the first round.
You know, on SaD, they've got Bao. They've got SaD, the two players that personally I think are some of the best controller and Senti agents in challengers thus far. I've seen SaD do crazy things on flanks, and unfortunately Jorwin starts us off with a kill onto Bonnie very early on, outlaw in hand, and is looking for a little bit more here. This is going to be extremely dangerous, especially on the Burger Boyz save round.
Feeling the damage, and this is a really fun shuffle peek that Tillo is helping facilitate. Now it's the close range, and that's a little tougher to double peek into. So damage control done by SaD Esports. Still 2 guns down here on the follow-up, and no doubt some more room to do some more. Burger Boyz are going to really stretch these rounds out if they can. One out. Enough shots to make it happen. Joa on 4 to start things out for SaD. No sheer in his way, though. So, all comes down to timing. SaD setting up the rose in preparation for the stack that he knows is coming. And here comes Bonnie. Rose tossed. Bonnie's actually the only one inside. And he's kept his position for quite some time. Joa finally extends downward, and the Toxic Orb prevents anybody else from Burger Boyz from getting on. It feels like they're waiting for a perfect world, and that's not gonna come in this environment, Marks, unfortunately. Oh, that's such a great shot by Jerwin. And now the sheer will get tossed up. Every opportunity squandered by Burger Boyz, indeed. No way to get that spike in time, even let alone the kills necessary. And SaD start this map off with a bang again.
A lot of pressure. Burger Boyz, though, they're all still standing in the midst of all this chaos. Practo, the only one with a rifle.
SaD see this as open season as long as they don't hear the rose or feel the paranoia. It's, yeah, I mean, they have a shooting range, especially against the pistols. Bao, and give it to him. Why not, dude? Come on. Yes, sir. Great start for SaD Esports, man. This is looking like a really squeaky clean defense so far. I'm very impressed. Smokes on this choke, then the mound choke. Nightfall tossed in through main. Burger Boyz not as fast as I think you'd like them to be on this, especially since you can just get, again, peeked into. Nobody can pile drive on top of Retro's opening. It's got to be Bonnie as the tip of the spear. And with that ultimate, he can actually do a lot. SaD met this early, and now the Raze ult punishes. And that might be the full reset that Burger Boyz are looking for. One lone play, flipping the attack fully on its head, much like the previous round. Bao stands alone, pit in the bank. No real reason to use it. Just going to try and get rid of some rifles on the way out because Burger Boyz' economy is still a little touch and go, and SaD's aimers are, by all accounts, pretty better. Still, though, way more to manage, so Burger Boyz get 2.
So there is a lot of emphasis on this Raze to continue to pop off and make the difference on this map, but the Raze is already down.
And Bao gets away with one more, too. What?
Spike down.
He's just standing there.
Last player standing.
He's just... Do it again. Don't kill him. Oh, boo. No, it's okay. I get it. SaD wants to get rid of that op.
Of like just freezing up like that feels a bit uncharacteristic of this team on what they have done previously. Finding a pick onto Practo very early.
You're just kind of knocking on that baby door until you get away with a free op pick. Like you said, SaD are a nuclear bomb, and Burger Boyz are ducking and covering. No raw A exec. No intel to play off of. Tillo's all the way in the back. There's just no real way to collapse on this coach. He's having the time of his life right now. Masha's gonna get tossed in a drop again. They have tremendous pressure on the attack here, but Jerwin showstopper. Oh, that's nasty. Into the up shot from the high vantage. Into the up shot from the drop vantage. I mean, this is a bug stomp for SaD. Really? Easy catch, and now Burger can reset. For SaD to question their resources that they've tossed up on this site. Now the Steel Garden thrown in to the B exec. SaD are gonna leave it be. Welly, cooldown almost gone, but he's kind of alone at the moment, so he's gonna wait it out. Oh, see if somebody actually walks into it as the Viper's Pit thrown in from Baby Door, slowly but surely hands the space over to the defense. They've cornered away one side of it. Practo in the duel with Jerwin on the lurk, and it's once again free reign, open season, hopping in. Welly has an easy kill on a Nanners, and from there you can control Spike, control Sight, control the world.
Wow.
Another 4K for Jerwin. I mean, Burger Boyz do feel like they have a window of time to run one of these double smoke plays that they have had in their playbook since before Nerve left. And they have a lot to throw at this C site, can act pretty quickly. Bonnie has a bit of a high arc with the paint shells though, or with the blast pack, and gets stuck on the Razor Vines, very low health, and Joa can just melt that down. The Nightfall tossed in on whoever's left on site, and there really, again, isn't much. Burger Boyz have, yet again, relegated a remainder of the stack to these outskirts, and they do still have the spike. Retro is actually going to let go of it to try and once again fish in with the help of these extra smokes, but as they fade away, so too do Burger Boyz' chances of getting the drop on this, as Retro has been no doubt revealed. Perfect Rose in tandem, though, to set Retro up for the repush, and now it has to be one lone attempt on what they know is a staunch lineup from SaD. I mean, they're letting one person go in at a time. It's a single file line to get your kills. Retro feeling the space to ulti now with no space there, and SaD feel that they can collapse now. Oh, what a psychological battle to get that Clove ult out. That's fun. It won't catch everybody, so Burger Boyz are still pretty active on the kit, so they'll throw another ult into this. Jerwin's just going to take some space with the showstopper. Fish and Tree not on the box. Bonnie on top of the spike, gets the drop on one, and Nanners in the smoke. Hops onto Jerwin. Nanners yet again with the the kite. Finn, and they're fine. Well, he does get pile drive though. Oh, and Joa again, another shoddy TP after the paint shells leads to an easy punish. So Burger Boyz yet again have the A site.
To be able to get the spike down, plenty of smokes to work off of as well. Nanners has now been getting activated in this specific round. 3v1. Look at the flank, though. Jerwin now meeting up with Shondex. Potentially moving things through. Bonnie going to be taking an advanced position and spraying things down.
Oh, that was another great psychological play. The shorty shots to direct them to Tree, and then just spraying through with the Odin. That is disgusting from Bonnie. That is just such a good way to meet them. But SaD do have enough resources and enough time after the snake bite will dissipate. Just brazenly bust through, and this time Burger Boyz do not have enough to fight back with. So a 9-3 on the defense, mind you. We'll see how SaD is looking on the other side, but
Burger Boyz could easily come back into this, but it's just a little bit of a tall task given how things have gone thus far.
it's tough to get the ball rolling. Burger Boyz trying to just hold their ground and win on the pure fights. Again, that's what their comp is built for. But the damage trade has not entirely gone their way, and SaD Esports still feel pretty comfortable huddling up on this A site and starting to chip away. They've even let Shondex wander over towards B main already, pressuring this Baby Door. They could just go for a pinch on it now that they've taken care of Nanners. And Jerwin, oh, somehow wins that fight, dude! He straight up looked dead. He looked like a corpse. Well, he's gonna give himself away with the haunt, actually, rather than just go for the lurk from Rubble on the double back, but I suppose that does force Burger Boyz to multitask just a tad. Tillo can quickly deal with that, though, and Joa and Jerwin quite low as well, so still anybody's round. Joa just holding it down with the Sheriff, though, and Tillo can't entry. Ow, it's pretty decided, isn't it? Back on the Frenzy. Again, decent health pool to deal with, but Shondex has a good shot. And that was one of the only balls that Burger Boyz could really get rolling if they wanted a shot at this game. Or SaD Esports, they have a pretty clear path to 13 now. And so easily fed into.
Ooh.
As Bonnie will get very quickly pinched with that Prowler. Nice Haunting to drop the guarantee, the space making for the rest of this A site. And SaD do not want to lose a soul here in this follow-up. Make it as easy peasy as possible to carry away this Lotus and move us quickly to bind. And that looks to be in the cards. Let's get Bao a pit this round, dude. Why not?
Not quite going to be the case here. I mean, ever since Scuba's been taken out of challengers, we've been looking for a new controller who really just can light people up, and I genuinely think that was potentially that candidate right now. They need to make something happen, and they need to make it happen now. They've got to shrug off the mental game and keep their heads in this if they want to be competitive. But hey, that's a very early pick on Drillwind. Just pure utility.
Yeah, and they've moved up to try to like really double down on this fight actually, but they've lost most of their players. Untillo's already been given away. Can still get away with 1 kill though on to Bao. And so it's 2v1. But honestly, again, very interesting decision for Burger Boyz to, once they've gotten that free kill off the paint shells, play into the fight.
Yeah.
Rather than hold back and wait for SaD to, you know, make another mistake or throw another solo body at things. Instead, they set up sightlines and give SaD the easiest excuse ever to get kills with Bulldogs and Guardians. And now they have a high low that they've abandoned at the worst possible time, but SaD still gets the kill.
It's going to be aggression outside of C this time. Bracto, I think, stayed hidden in the midst of all of that and decides to go out there. SaD already 2 members up.
Yeah, again, they can play slow until they can go for the gun, and there's no one on Burger Boyz who's really able to meet the threat in time. So they have to, again, overwhelm with util, overwhelm with gunfire, but when they're losing players early on, they can't really do that. Paranoia to escort Tillo in a little farther, but the smoke to dissuade from back sight. They can focus the fight on Waterfall, where a majority of Burger's players are, and it's just a smattering, dude. It's insane. It feels so bloody easy, at least on this map, which is now over. 13-3, bloody hell, SaD Esports. You didn't have to do them like that.